Hello, welcome to my channel, Mystic Moon School. I'm Donna, your sound healing and astrology guide. It is my intention to raise our collective vibration through offering calming yet empowering Tibetan sound bath meditations, and by teaching how the moon, as she moves through all the astrological signs each month, can help us to become more self-aware, mindful, and live more consciously. Every Monday, I will share with you the moon energies for the week, and every Thursday, I will offer you a sound bath meditation to raise your vibration. To honor the universal law of giving and receiving, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel as a way of giving back to me. Thank you for being here. Let's get started. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the week of February 5th through the 11th. I work our week with the moon energies from Monday to Sunday because Monday is Moon Day. So I like to start with the moon energies as we start our work week. And today on Monday, the moon is ending her time in Sagittarius. She's been in Sagittarius for a couple of days. And she will be there really all night until very early morning before we're waking up tomorrow. And so Sagittarius is that beautiful fire sign that is ruled by Jupiter. And so Sagittarius is really fortunate energy in its highest expressions. Sagittarius energy is optimistic and expansive, wants to go on an adventure, wants to see what's next. Sagittarius energy is also all about learning and knowledge. And that's another way that we can expand, right, through learning. And also I really believe in its highest expressions. Sagittarius is about abundance. And so today, Monday, maybe if you can, take a little bit of time and write down everything that you're really grateful for in your life. And, start off by like the most mundane little things, clean water to drink, delicious food to eat, the warm clothes on your back. Whatever it is that, we almost take for granted on a daily basis. Start with that. Start with those simple things. And then go a little deeper and really think about what you're truly grateful for, the people, the experiences, really anything. And that's going to be personal to each and every one of us, right? And the reason why I'm suggesting starting with a little gratitude list or if you have a journal, writing in your gratitude journal today, because when we tap into that energy of gratitude and appreciation, we feel abundant. We feel an overwhelming expansiveness, and our hearts are really filled up when we tap into that gratitude energy. And so from that place, right, from that vibration, then we can call in more of what we want to experience and feel and, and connect with in our life. So starting off with gratitude, calling in all the abundant experiences and feelings that you want to feel. That's a really great practice for today while the moon is still in Sagittarius. The sky really is the limit for all that you want to call in. So don't limit yourself. Okay, so then tomorrow, Tuesday, when we wake up, and then for really mostly Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon is going to be in Capricorn. And Capricorn is that feminine, grounded energy, earth energy. And so we kind of move out of this fiery energy of Sagittarius, and we're a little bit more down to earth now in the Capricorn energies that the moon will be beaming to us on Tuesday and Wednesday. And so what I would suggest for Tuesday and Wednesday is, what have you been putting off that needs to be worked on, right? We all have those things. So Tuesday and Wednesday is a really great day with the moon in Capricorn kind of gently pushing us to focus, get really grounded, and just do the thing, whatever it is, whatever needs to get done, just do it, right? These 2 days, the support is there. You know, you can be responsible. Yes, you can be ambitious and really set out to do a lot, and maybe you will get it all done. But just don't be hard on yourself. You know, that's can be a shadow side of Capricorn, is being a little rough on yourself if you don't accomplish all that you set out to do. So don't be hard on yourself, but do kind of buckle down and focus and take the actions that are needed to get the stuff done. Taking care of business. That is the energy of this as the moon transits through Capricorn for Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, so come Thursday, another big shift in energy. Isn't it amazing how every couple of days, as the moon moves through the different signs, it's a real shift for us in the energy. And so that can show up in our mental energy, in our emotional energy, just in the energy that we're feeling kind of running through our bodies. And so on Thursday, as the moon shifts again into Aquarius, we're going to feel it. And this is big energy, okay? Because we are approaching on Friday the Aquarius new moon. And the new moon, like all new moons, every single month we're planting the seeds. We are opening the door to new energy. And we are in Aquarius season, and this new moon is super powerful in Aquarius. And I'm going to get into it a little bit more right now so you understand why I'm emphasizing the power of this new moon. So, you know, there's a lot of talk now about, at the end of January, the planet Pluto moved into Aquarius. And the reason why it's such a big deal is because it takes Pluto over 250 years to move throughout the whole zodiac. And so Pluto takes many, many years, usually around 2 decades or so, in each sign. Okay, so for example, right, just to give you a little comparison, the moon is moving through each sign every couple days, right? She's moving through the whole zodiac in 1 month. In 1 month, the moon moves through the entire zodiac wheel. It takes Pluto about 250 plus years to move through the whole zodiac. Okay, so you can see the magnitude of when Pluto moves into a new sign, why it's such a big deal for us, because we really feel the shift energetically on a collective level. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't feel it individually. We definitely do, because Pluto is also shifting into a new sign in our own natal charts, right? And so that means it's shifting into not just a new sign, but a new house, which is the area of life in our own charts. And so, by the way, as a side note, if you want to know where these energies are showing up in your chart, definitely check out my link below to my website. You can read about how you can work with me one-on-one in Moon Journeys, where I guide you each week through your chart and the energies just like I do on this channel, but specifically for you in your natal chart, and what areas of life these energies are showing up for you specifically. So I'll have that link below. But back to this Aquarius energy and Pluto having just moved into Aquarius. So Pluto is really a generational planet, and it affects the whole collective. And not only that, but when I say it affects the collective, I don't just mean in outward or external ways. I mean in our consciousness, in our level of consciousness. And so moving into the Aquarian age, Pluto moving into Aquarius, we are shifting. We are shifting in our consciousness. This is also the end of a 24,000-year precessional cycle. And so that in and of itself is huge, right? And so we are here for it. We are here for it. We chose to incarnate during this time because we wanted to be a part of this shift. So please know that any disruptions, any tearing down or crumbling of things in your life, you're right on time. And it's not for you to suffer. It's not for you to suffer. It's for you to be reborn. Reborn like the phoenix, okay? Rising up out of the ashes. So Pluto has recently moved into Aquarius. And today, on February 5th, Mercury, the planet of communication, the messenger of the gods, right? The planet of communication, our mental processes, the way we think things through, the way we process information, the internet, even transportation. This is all Mercury energy. And so Mercury has now joined the little party in Aquarius, and Pluto is sitting at the very first degree as you enter the new sign of Aquarius. And so I am calling Pluto the gatekeeper of truth. And the reason why I'm calling Pluto this is because, yes, today Mercury is entering Aquarius and having to meet Pluto at exactly 0 degrees as it enters the sign of Aquarius. And so we'll follow Mars and Venus, and each of these are personal planets to us. They affect us in a really personal way. We're going to feel it and see it showing up in our lives. And I'll talk about that each week when we get to those energies, when Mars and Venus show up and meet Pluto, the gatekeeper of truth. But for today, I want to talk about Mercury because Mercury is on deck. Mercury has now moved into Aquarius and is standing at the gate, meeting Pluto, the gatekeeper of truth. And why do I say truth? Well, this is multi-layered because Aquarian energy is also about truth. Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus. And Uranus is the awakener and the truth bearer. Pluto, the gatekeeper himself in Aquarius right now, is also a planet of revealing truth. And so there is a lot of truth-telling energy right now in the sky. Uranus, this planet of the great awakener and truth-seeking and truth-telling, Uranus is also the planet of rebellion and revolution. And Uranus is also our connection to the divine knowing. And so Uranus is at a point in the sky where he is putting pressure on this new moon coming up on Friday. And so it's very significant, potent energy. And we'll come back to that in a minute when we discuss the new moon a little bit more in depth. But I just wanted to give you the picture of all of this truthful, truth-seeking energy that is really pouring down to us. And when I say the words pouring down, think of the pictorial depiction of the sign of Aquarius, the water bearer. So many people are confused about that because Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign. But what the waters that are pouring forth from that jug of the water bearer, they are the waters of divine knowledge, of divine knowing, coming from the heavens. And again, it is truth. It is knowing truth. And so as Mercury moves into this truth-bearing sign, it is connecting immediately with Pluto. And Pluto's energies of tearing down what is not in integrity and kind of burning those things to the ground so that we can be reborn in integrity and in truth, aligned with our true, authentic self. Pluto is really asking the planet of communication, aka our thoughts and beliefs, be truthful with ourselves. Ask ourselves, what beliefs do I have that are limiting me, that are based in fear, that are based in ego, that wants to keep me small? In what ways do I communicate to myself that is destructive, that is harmful and hurtful, lacking kindness and compassion? In what ways do I communicate with others in those same energies? Pluto is really the gatekeeper here for Mercury, and will not let Mercury pass without this self-assessment of truth. And so Mercury has to go through this initiation. It's an initiation. It's an assessment of what is not in integrity with the way we think, what our beliefs are, the way we speak, communicate to others. And so if it is not in the highest and best for yourself and for all, then we're going to feel it and we're going to see it. And it's going to be forefront for us today and into the coming week as well. And so how may that play out for us? Well, of course, in an infinite number of ways. Some examples could be you are really being asked to look at your own belief systems. I had a conversation with somebody today, and they said, they made a very mundane comment, right? Like, well, if you're getting paid $15 an hour, you're not going to get the most quality applicants. And I said, why? Where did you get that limiting belief from? And so it is something as mundane as that, right? Now, someone could point it out to you the way I pointed it out to this person I was conversing with, or maybe it's going to show up for you. Someone's going to point something out to you, or simply you're just going to have a realization in your own mind about something that you believe, that you think, and you've never questioned it before. That's one way it can show up. It could show up in the way you communicate with someone or how someone else communicates with you that is not in integrity. It is not based in loving kindness. Think about the throat chakra. The throat chakra is so close to our heart chakra. As a reminder to always try to communicate with loving kindness to yourself and to others. And so it could become apparent to you in your dynamics with others that the way you communicate or the way someone communicates to you is not in that loving kindness energy. And maybe it's time to address that. Maybe it's the way you speak to yourself. Do you have harsh self-talk? Are you hard on yourself and the way you think about yourself? Something could come through for you where you question that and say, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm done with speaking to myself in this harmful way. I deserve more love and kindness and compassion from myself. And there's just so many ways that this energy with Mercury and Pluto in Aquarius can play out, but these are just a few examples. Now moving on to Friday, this Aquarian energy is beaming from the moon. And as I mentioned earlier, Uranus is in a hard aspect to this new moon. And as a reminder, the sun and the moon are in the same sign when it's a new moon. So the sun is in Aquarius, the moon is in Aquarius. As I mentioned, now Mercury is in Aquarius, and so is Pluto. So this is what we call a stellium when we have 3 or more planets or points in a sign. And guess what, guys? The Aquarius party is just getting started, because soon both Mars and Venus will be moving into Aquarius. Yes, the sun will be moving out into Pisces, but still, it's going to be a ton of Aquarian energy. And as I mentioned, the personal planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all have to meet the gatekeeper of truth, Pluto, as they enter this new energy of Aquarius. And they have not been meeting this gatekeeper of truth, Pluto, in Aquarius for 200 something years, right? So it's a big deal. The new moon. The new moon is receiving pressure from Uranus. Uranus is the great awakener, the truth teller, the planet of innovation and genius, and the divine mind and information. Uranus is the planet of revolution and rebellion. And so ultimately it's all towards freedom. We are awakened to be more free. We rebel and revolt for more freedom. The truth shall set you free, right? And so ultimately, all of these avenues of Uranus are towards us being and feeling more free to be our true, authentic selves, Aquarius. When each of us is free to be our true, authentic selves, we then shift the collective. The collective is only made up of individuals, right? And so each individual has to do their own work, and then things begin to shift in the collective. That is both Aquarian energy, the authentic individual and the collective, both Aquarian energy. And so this new moon in Aquarius, with that pressure of freedom from Uranus, is asking us to take action. Take action. What are the first steps for this new moon that you can take to be more free? to be your true authentic self? I'll say that again. What actions can you take at this new moon to be more free to be your true authentic self? What does that mean? It means that you live life in the ways that are truthful to you. You're not hiding. You're not wearing a mask. You're not people pleasing. You're not putting others always before yourself and what their needs are. You're honest with yourself about who you are and what you need, what you want, what you deserve. You're truthful about, yes, your limitations and your challenges, but your gifts and your beauty and your light. It is time. It is time for all of us to take those first steps into being more of who we truly came here to be. That is what this new moon is asking of us. That is what this energy from Uranus is pushing us towards this during this new moon. And so this is a big one. This is a big one for all of us. Truth be told, there may be some things that take place this week around these new moon energies that are going to be a surprise. They're going to come out with like an electric shock, because that's Aquarian energy, that's Uranus energy as well. And so it could be that things end abruptly, either by your own doing or by someone else's own doing, or by the universe's doing. It could be that you have epiphanies and sudden realizations. Once you have these knowings, you can't go back. You know, the Great Awakener Uranus, Aquarian energy, once they make that realization, that's it. It's like the light switch is turned on and you cannot turn it off again. That is awakening. You can't go back to sleep again. And so in doing so, you're forging a new path. And remember, this is a new moon. We don't have to have all of the answers right now. Maybe we're planting the seeds. Maybe we're taking baby steps. Or maybe it is a big break or a big realization that you can't continue on in a relationship, in a job, in a situation, thinking certain things, behaving in certain ways, whatever it is for you. It's going to be different for each and all of us. And so I would say you want to tap into that energy of breaking free, seeking or learning the truth to align with your true self and who you came here to be. No more of the dense, low-vibing beliefs, thoughts, situations that have kept you at bay from being your true authentic self. The words for this new moon are truth, freedom, and authenticity. These energies from the new moon are going to linger on through Saturday. Even though the moon will move into Pisces over the weekend, these new moon energies are really big and really strong and powerful. And so things may play out throughout the weekend for you. Come Sunday, though, the moon then makes a shift again. And the shift is into watery and feminine Pisces. Watery and feminine Pisces. And Pisces is the final sign in the zodiac. And so while Pisces is compassionate and kind and loving and creative. Pisces is that energy of oneness. And Pisces is also the energy of release and surrender, kind of a culmination, right? Like we are completing something. And I always say in my moon classes that a new moon, a full moon, they're like the swinging doors in a restaurant. The swinging doors that are always opening and closing simultaneously. Because every ending is simultaneously a new beginning, and vice versa. Every new beginning means that we've had to end something to start anew. And so Pisces embodies all of that. And, if during this new moon something has ended for you, whether it's something in your belief system or it's in your external world, like the knowing that you cannot return to, certain job, or a relationship has to end, and you feel destabilized, it's okay to feel that. Don't fear that. You may be moving through a lot of emotions with that watery Pisces energy, and that's okay. Let it flow through you. Pisces is water. And if there's a boulder, the water will find a way around it. It will not try to push that boulder. It will just flow, and it will find its way through the riverbed, right? You still have to stay with whatever it is you're feeling, but if you allow it to flow through you and not push it away, try to escape it, try to sweep it under the rug, if you let it flow through you and you feel all the feelings, it's going to move through you that much quicker. This is a time to be compassionate with yourself, to be kind and loving with yourself. Or if you're the one who's holding space for another who is going through this. If perhaps you're not feeling destabilized and you're actually feeling energized, maybe even electric, tap into the creative and imaginative energies of Pisces. Meditate. Take up a creative activity, whether it's painting or cooking or playing music or listening to music, dancing. Maybe take a salt bath. It's beautiful to be in water when the moon is in a water sign. Maybe write yourself a love letter, showing kindness and compassion to yourself. And put the letter away, and then you can open it up and reread it on the 14th as an act of love for yourself. These energies are really powerful this week. And as always, every week, there's always a shift, right? Every couple of days, we can feel differently. And that is why I do these weekly moon energies, so that we can be aware, right? We can know what is at play coming from the moon, of course, but the moon represents our internal emotional world. The stuff that nobody really sees. It's the stuff that we feel within. And we may or may not share that with others. And so we can feel these energies shift within our bodies. We can even feel them energetically, whether it's maybe some anxiety, maybe we just get a warm feeling of energy wash over us, or we can feel them emotionally. Everybody's different. But for certain, this is a big new moon, and it could be pushing a lot of us out of comfort zones. And that's going to bring up different feelings for each of us. So knowing the weekly energies is a way to kind of prepare and to be more self-aware of what's coming up. I invite you to, yes, of course, listen to this video on Monday when I put it out, but you can come back to it during the week, midweek, come back to it towards the end of the week when we're having the new moon. I have the slide here where I have broken up every couple of days where the energies are. And so you can come back, you can journal, you can write down what are some of the things that are coming up for you, whether it's in your knowing and your thoughts or your feelings, or if it's actually showing up in your external world. And this is a way to really become more mindful. And as you develop this self-awareness, you become more in tune with how you're feeling, which AKA is your vibration. So if you are feeling joyful and peaceful, that's a vibration. But if you're feeling anxious and worried and fearful, that's a vibration, right? And so we want to be more consciously choosing how to work with these energies so that we can consciously shift when we are feeling some of those lower vibrations. It's not to say we want to bypass anything, right? It's just saying that if we're choosing something consciously, then that means we are self-aware and we are the captains of our ship. We can steer the way we want to show up, the way we want to respond or not respond. Sometimes it's about knowing the energies and saying, you know what, I'm not going to engage in that because that could lead me down a lower vibrational path that I don't want to enter into. So really, at the end of the day, it's all about self-awareness, being more mindful about how we are feeling, which is essentially our vibration, and then choosing when we're feeling something, whether that is serving us, and if it is not, how can we shift? So those are the weekly energies of Mama Moon and how she is moving through the signs for this week. I hope that you are feeling more empowered, more self-aware already. And I hope to see you back on Thursday because on Thursdays I offer you a sound bath meditation as I play my Tibetan bowls. And that is both to regulate your nervous system, calm everything down, and then raise your vibration. And we will set intentions each and every Thursday to raise your vibration in a different energy, whether it be joy or peace or love, any number of beautiful energies. We will set the intention together and we will raise our vibrations together, which is so powerful. So I hope to see you back here on Thursday for Sound Bath Meditation. And I just really want to thank you all for listening, taking the time to show up for yourself. And I hope you have a really great week ahead. See you soon, under the moon. Bye for now.